What's going on, guys? It's Snooze603. Sorry I haven't been uploading lately. Things have been kind of crazy here, doing the whole changeover of seasons from getting the house from summer mode into fall and winter mode. There's a lot of things that go on around with that. It's kind of a big hullabaloo here in New Hampshire because summer is like really hot and then winter is really shitty, but it is what it is. So my time, my free spare time has been exceedingly rare. But things are looking up. I will have more time in the next couple weeks as I wrap up this whole transition, get a lot of things done, some home projects wrapped up, the whole 9 yards. Also trying to fit in as much fishing as possible. Couple of things I have planned coming up. I'm going to try and do something with Battlefield 4, and I'll get more into that. I'll get into that in more detail in a minute. I'm also going to try and revive the game speak, because this is something that I really did enjoy doing when myself and Fake Thriller used to do it. And I've got at least one person lined up to always do it with me, hoping to get at least one more. I'd like to try and keep it to 3 people, maybe have a 4th guest here and there, but I don't want to exceed 4 because I always felt the quality of the discussion went down when we had more than 4 people, that not everyone could get what they wanted to say in on any topic because, you know, there's 5 people trying to talk. It seemed to kind of lack that intimacy that a 2, 3, and sometimes 4-person group could kind of put together when discussing any topic at hand. And I'm going to try and do a little bit more with DayZ, but we'll see how it goes. It's one of those, like, I have some ideas, but we'll see how they all pan out, so I don't want to, like, say anything and make it seem like I'm setting it in stone, because who knows. But I have some ideas. We're going to see how it goes. On to the topic at hand. Battlefield 4 Bipolar Disorder. I cannot take credit for this specifically. I kind of tweaked something that someone had said to me, and I actually think it was Tim, Darkness429. But now I'm actually doubting that. At any rate, for those that are familiar with my history with Battlefield 4 and how I always felt about the game, I was so fucking up and down with this game all the damn time, and hence Battlefield 4 Bipolar Disorder. Like, when it came to this game, I had really high, how do I want to say that? I had my really high and my really lows. And I could tell people got tired of it. My indecisiveness, indecision, dude, I could not figure out where I wanted to go with this game. Because the elephant in the room with this, without a doubt, this game sucks. To an extent. It's broken. And they've done a really good job fixing it, but it's still nowhere near as good as it ever should have been. And honestly, at this point, it's never going to reach that level of good that we all would have expected going from Battlefield 3 to Battlefield 4. I go back to Battlefield 3, I still have a ton of fun. There's still a couple things in there that like really piss me off, but the majority of me just flat out enjoys that game, and it still is really fun. I can keep going back and playing that. I think that game is going to be one of the classic multiplayers that you can always go back and play and have fun with, so long as they're able to keep hackers at bay. But we all know what happens with games as they get a little bit older and they start, there's no reason to dedicate money to it, even though there are people playing it. It's not, making them any money, so I get that. So, those are the really lows, but I want to enjoy this game because I do love Battlefield. I love what it has to offer because it is a unique game. There's a lot of unique aspects to it, a unique look and feel, just the whole 9 yards. It's a genuinely fun game when things are going right, when everything's kind of clicking and running smoothly and the machine has no issues and no hiccups along the way. But, as you know, the bad outweigh the good with this, and that's why I stopped posting it. That's why I really haven't committed to doing something, because I know that if I'm going to do something, I have to have a genuine interest in it, or I'm just not going to want to do it. I'm going to be pushing myself to do something my heart's not into, and the quality's going to dip, and it's going to show in that. And you guys are going to see it, and it's just lose-lose for everyone. There's no point in doing that. The whole point of the channel from the get-go was to have fun. So, with that in mind, the last 2 times I played Battlefield 4, I actually had a lot of fun. Now, this is where the whole overall ebb and flow of the commentary gets extremely positive here. And it's funny because the channel has kind of always, it's the main focus, while it has been at times on humor, the main focus has been on, being constructional, being instructional, trying to help others, trying to take the game really seriously, PTFO, the whole 9 yards. I cannot enjoy this game if I take it seriously for even an iota of a moment, because it's just not, it's not built well enough to be able to handle it, playing it as you should play it. There are a lot of people that disagree with me with that, and that's fine. The proof is there for me on my end at any rate. I can play any other game that if I have even some fraction of skill at it, I can hold my own. But with Battlefield 4, it's just there's something about it for me, dude. This game just does not work well whatsoever. So especially when I'm really trying to push the PTFO thing and, like, you know, trying to get good kills and trying to evade deaths, the whole 9 yards, and I take it really seriously. And the fact that the overall, the community really sucks when it comes to wanting to actually play the objective. Not enough people are actually doing their job as medics or support players or engineers, the whole 9 yards. So that makes it really difficult when, you know, you were a small fraction of a group of players trying to take your shit seriously, and everyone's just like, lol, 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 med pack, I'll give a med pack to the tank. You don't need it, right? No, I mean, you're at like 1% health, but that tank needs repairs, so med pack, right? That's how I do this. That's pretty much the gist of how I feel about this game. Last night, at the point of recording this commentary, last night I played in the Gloves for Tags as one of the guest stabbies, and I think I've done that like 4 or 5 times now since its inception, since the first time that myself and Fake Thrower were invited to be guest stabbies for it. By the way, I will be uploading the highlights of that because I just had so much fun. But that's the thing. I didn't take it seriously. I planned ahead of time. Like, dude, I'm just going to rock C4 and a sniper rifle and I'm just going to fuck around the whole night. And I had fun. There's enough going on in this game with the mechanics and everything that I really enjoy it when I don't take it seriously. Because I don't think it's a game worth taking seriously. The quality is not there. The construction of this game is so piss poor that it cannot be taken seriously. It's not a game like CSGO where it may not look really flashy, but man, that fucking construction is spot on and people take that shit super seriously. And there's a lot of competitive gaming going on revolving around that game, and there are others like that. And like games like that, yeah, you want to take that seriously. You don't want to go in there and fuck around because that would be a waste of an opportunity. That would be wasting that game's potential. That game has the potential to be something really great as far as the competitive sense, where you actually take your shit seriously and PTFO and everyone's going for that objective hard. But Battlefield 4 lacks that, and it's the sad truth of the matter. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It is and it isn't. It more is than it isn't, but it's bitching about it at this point changes nothing. If it could be fixed, it would have been fixed. They've done a pretty good job of repairing it, but it's still, you know, beating the dead horse over and over again with the stick anyway. But I think so long as I'm willing to take this game with a heavy dosage of a grain of salt, and I don't, take it overly seriously, and I just have fun, I can enjoy this game. And then that actually gives me ideas for content that I want to produce. And I'll be honest, none of it's like overly original. It's kind of iterations of things that other people have done. I do have an idea or two up my sleeve that I think could work. I have no idea if I'm going to be able to pull it off, but I won't know until I try. I'm not going to go any more into it because I don't want to, again, make it seem like I'm making a promise that I don't ultimately deliver on. That doesn't sit well with me. Because I've done that too many times in the past, and I really do not want to continue to repeat that same mistake. But I guess long story short, I definitely, from pretty much the word go, since this game launched, have had Battlefield 4 bipolar disorder. I have gone from fucking hating this game into crying it in every single way, shape, and form I could on every forum that I cared to get into, to being at the highest of highs and loving this game and praising it for all it's worth and blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, at this point, I'm 100% confident that I can never take this game seriously ever again. But if I just screw around and I have fun, I really, really enjoy my time playing this game. So, I might be able to make something work from that. I've got a couple ideas, like I said. So, I would actually like to know where everyone else stands with this, because I've still even seen a lot of, well, kind of the same thing that I was going through, indecisiveness regarding where people stand with Battlefield 4. Granted, there's actually a lot more people that are like 100% decisive on the game as to what they're doing, where they plan to take it with their future, but there's still a lot of indecision as well, and I kind of want to know, where do you stand? At what point, has anyone else gone through the kind of the same thing where I have, where it's, you don't want to give up on a game because you can kind of see the potential, but you can't play it the way you've always wanted to, and finally I kind of figure out a way like, okay, I want to play this game, if I play it like this, I can have fun, but the moment I try to play it that way, it's just going to suck. And I can honestly 100% say, wanting to stick with Battlefield 4 has nothing to do with YouTube or monetary value. I mean, I don't care about that. The money's nice and everything, but I am pushing for other games. But the only reason I haven't done more content on other games is because there's kind of a lack of things that I play that drive content out of me. Like I love Robot Roller Derby Disco Dodgeball, but there's only so much that can be said about that game, as great as it is. There are other games that I try to play, like DayZ, but again, the way I had always been looking at it prior to like this week, I didn't really know how I was going to go about trying to pull content from that. But I have some ideas, and I've my newfound. I'm drawing a blank. My newfound outlook on Battlefield 4 has kind of spilled into these other games I've been playing, and it's allowed me to look at them in a new light. And I think I can present them in a new way that will still be enjoyable for other people to watch. At the very least, I know I'm going to have fun doing it, so it's a win-win for me. Nothing's going to change that. That's it. I'm done with my ramble. So again, I would like to know if anyone else has been in the same shoes as me, and have you come to a final decision regarding it, or do you still kind of need time to figure out your way through this game, or are you still living in denial, or are you still, hopeful fool? I don't know. Let me know. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. If you guys could please leave a like on the video, that always helps. If you have Twitter, share it. It would greatly appreciate it. It does help the channel grow, which I'm always grateful for the help with that. Thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you later.